So a lot of people have been watching the news and all the doom and gloom about the market crash and foreclosures and all of that. So we're starting to get calls about foreclosures. So I thought I would do a video today and tell you how to buy them, what to look for, and what you need to know. So currently, right now in our MLS, the whole west side of Montana, we have 2,211 listings, active listings on the market. And of those 2,200, there's 10 that are foreclosures. So all this news you're hearing about foreclosures is, maybe in other parts of the country, but not here. But with that being said, let me tell you a little bit about foreclosures, and you can find good deals, and they are a good thing to buy if you're looking for a good investment. You just have to be careful and know what to look for. So foreclosures and short sales are two different things, and I'll do another video sometime about short sales, but the basic difference is a short sale is when somebody owes more on their house than it's worth, and if they sold it, they would get less than what's owed on it, and the bank would agree to take that amount, and the buyer walks away with the penalty. But anyway, like I said, different story. A foreclosure is when the bank actually takes it back from the owner. Here in Montana, we have what's called a trustee's sale. In some states, they have a judicial foreclosure, which takes about a year. Here in Montana, with the trustee's sale, it can happen fairly quickly. So how it works here in Montana is if you're paying on your mortgage every month, and then all of a sudden you stop making payments, well, after 3 months, the bank will send out a certified letter saying that they're going to put it up for a trustee's sale, and they have to put it in the paper, and they have to give 120 days from that point to have this trustee's sale on the courthouse steps, is what they say. So you can actually buy it on the courthouse steps, but nobody really does, or rarely do they buy it on the courthouse steps, because the chance you're taking then is you never even have gone in the house, inspected it or anything. You're just gambling that whatever you're paying is going to be a good deal. So normally then it goes to an agent, and it's listed on our MLS for sale as a bank-owned property. So once you get to that point, it's just like buying another house, except there are a few different things you need to look out for. The main thing you need to look out for is the bank is going to make you sign a huge addendum that's added to the buy-sell agreement that basically says this is being sold as is. We are taking no responsibility for the condition of the house, because obviously they never lived there. They really don't know what's gone on there, if there's been a leak or mold, or they don't know anything about it. So they make you sign this addendum, and there's other things on this addendum too, that all these rules that go with bank-owned houses. Like I had one time where we were about a week away from closing, and the bank called me and said, yeah, tell them it's all over, we've sold it, because they sold it in this bulk sale with a whole other group of foreclosures. And so the people went through all the process and then lost out, but because they had signed that addendum, that's the way it is. So the biggest piece of advice I can give you on foreclosures is do a very thorough inspection, because like I said, the bank doesn't know what's going on there. There's no homeowner to tell you that, they added on or they had mold or whatever. So you got to do a very thorough inspection, and that's one of the gambles you're taking, is you don't get to talk to anybody about the house. The other agent's not going to know anything either, because all they did was talk to the bank before they listed it, so they don't know any inside details like they would if they'd actually talked to a homeowner. So because of the situation, if you're financing the house and it's a government loan like an FHA, VA, or whatever, the big thing you really need to be concerned about or sure about is, because it's bank owned, it's being sold as is, they're not going to fix anything. And if the appraiser calls out that the roof is bad or something needs to be fixed before closing, it's not going to happen. So you want to make sure that or you go in there and do a thorough check before you spend the $400 on an inspection and the $800 on an appraisal, because like I said, if the appraiser calls something out, the bank's not going to fix it. So then you're out $1,200 now on a house that you're not going to buy. Another thing I've seen a lot is out here in the wintertime, if it's foreclosed upon in the fall or winter, the bank will have an asset management company come in and they'll winterize the house. But if the pipes have already been broken, you don't know that. And because the water's been shut off, all the utilities are shut off to the house, so you can't really check anything. You're going to want a plumber to come in. Well, first of all, you're going to try and see if the bank will agree to let you turn all the utilities back on. If they don't, you're going to want a plumber to go in there and pressurize the lines and check it that way, because if you end up just buying it and you turn on the water and now you got to replace all the plumbing because everything froze, that does happen a lot on these foreclosures, because in this process there's a few months sometimes where the people just move out because they know they're going to lose the house, and you know the water company won't shut off the water until a few months go by or whenever their last payment was. So a lot of times the pipes will freeze, so that's another thing to keep in mind. So if you are looking for a deal in Montana, foreclosures are a good thing to look at. And like I said, the news media makes it sound like there's this huge influx of foreclosures like there was back in 2009, 10, back then. But like I said, right now there's 10 of them available. There's always going to be some available. There's certain situations, doesn't matter what the economy is doing, what the market is like, where people get in a bind and they end up losing their house. So these are good places to look for as an investment. But like I said, you have to be very, very thorough with your inspection and make sure you're not, you think you get a good deal on the house, but then you have to put $100,000 of repair into it before you can rent it out or live in it, whatever it may be. So if you'd like a list of the current foreclosures that are available, go ahead and email me right here at this address, and I'll send it out to you. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Thank you for watching our video. Please call, text, or email for more information. And don't forget to watch our other videos about Montana.